Yeah, when we hop in the wheel, we gon' skirt off. Tell me
All right, guys, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Have you ever had a long day and feel like you have a lot of weight on your shoulders? You ever feel like you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? This weight is called energy. And a lot of people don't understand that energy is not static. Energy never dies. It can be transformed and transmuted. My goal for this channel is to teach you a process called energy transmutation. This process changed my life, and I'm hoping it could change yours too. This process, in particular, called energy transmuting, really stood out to me, and it changed my life mentally, spiritually, physically, in every way that you could think of. So, my goal for this is to be able to maybe impact someone how I was impacted myself. We'll see where this goes. This is a very fairly simple process. You don't need a lot to practice this. All you need is the ability to visualize and set intentions. Very simple. If I could do it, anyone could do it. So basically, all you have to do is take a deep breath in. I want you to breathe in as long as you can breathe in, hold it for a few seconds, then breathe out. I want you to repeat this process a couple of times. After you repeat this process a couple of times, I want you to do it again. But this time, when you breathe out, I want you to say, I release all negative energy from my body and my energetic field every time you take a breath out. I want you to imagine as you're breathing out the negative energy leaving your body, leaving your energetic field, going out elsewhere. And I want you to imagine when you breathe in that you're replacing that energy with positive energy, with aligned energy. If you repeat this process multiple times a day, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling like you got all this weight on your shoulders, that weight just might turn into clarity. It sounds simple, but sometimes the simplest things fix the most complex situations. I'll admit, when I first found this practice, I didn't fully understand it. It took me a minute to wrap my head around it, but that's okay. Everybody moves at their own pace. If it doesn't work for you in the beginning, that's fine, as long as you're trying. And even if you don't want to try, and if you think this is BS, that's cool too. Basically, all transmuting energy is, at least to me anyways, is changing your perspective on things. How you view things changes the way that you give it power over your life. For example, say you're driving in traffic and someone cuts you off and hunk at you after they cut you off. We all dealt with people like this. Someone's in the wrong, then they're hunking at you and they're mad at you for something that they did. It's a lot of people that can't drive out there. I'm sure you witnessed it. I'm sure you've experienced it. You could get upset. You could get frustrated. You could get into a road rage incident. Or you could tell yourself, wow, I'm glad that I didn't get in an accident. Or, oh, wow, that person is really having a bad day. I'm glad I'm not having a bad day like that. Let me give you an example. Imagine your check. Imagine if you have a job, imagine your check isn't what you thought it would be. We all have experienced this before if you ever worked a 9 to 5. Imagine your check isn't what you thought it would be and you barely have enough to pay your bills. Now this is easy to get frustrated, it's easy to get depressed, it's easy to go down a rabbit hole of negative thoughts. But you could tell yourself, I'm thankful I have enough money to pay my bills. I'm thankful that I have enough money to survive. I'm thankful that I'm living. I'm thankful that I have a job. I'm thankful that I'm getting paid, because a lot of people aren't. You decide how you perceive the things that are happening to you. You have that decision and you have that power to transmute the energy in a good or in a bad way. Well, really, there's no such thing as good and bad, but you have that power to transmute that energy into alignment with your life or into unalignment, is what I like to say. Imagine you get into a fight with a significant other or a sibling. It might be easy to go down a negative rabbit hole of thinking after that happens, but you have the choice on how you perceive the disagreement that happened. You could look at it in a way that serves you, that's in alignment with you. You can look at it in a way as now you know something that you guys need to work on. Now you know in what areas you need growth. Or you could tell yourself how much you wish that this person wasn't in your life. You have the decision. We all have heard the phrase before, you don't know what you have until it's gone. We all have heard that before, and most of us have experienced it as well. It's not always a pleasant feeling, but that right there is a key example of energy transmuting, and you don't even know it. When you have something, you might be irritated at it. You might be overwhelming. You might not appreciate it. Then the lack of having it, when you no longer have it, you start appreciating and loving all of the things that you didn't care for when you had it in the first place. That's that energy being transmuted. And we shouldn't have to wait until we lose something to see the value in it. I believe we could do this with every single aspect of our life. Imagine you're the black sheep of the family. This is something that I've experienced firsthand, being that I never really fit in most circles because I always just had a different way of thinking. Now, it's easy to be depressed, to be rebellious, to not care for people, to stop caring about life in general, because you feel like you're the black sheep, and you're like, if everyone sees me as such, then why even try? You could go down that way of thinking, or you could accept the fact that maybe you're one of the chosen few, maybe you're special. Obviously, there's obviously there's not that many special people in the world. Otherwise, the world would be a much better place. You have the choice in how you perceive anything that happens to you in your life. I believe that your perception shapes your reality. Really, it's not even a belief, it's a fact. How you perceive things shapes the life that you have. You ever witnessed someone going through the same thing that you may have gone through, and they see it completely different? It's the glass half full or glass half empty theory. I've experienced this many times in my life. You ever heard someone's problems and their problems don't really seem like problems to you? You ever thought to yourself, like, dang, if I had those problems, I wouldn't really have problems? You ever thought to yourself, like, damn, if those were the only problems I had, my life would be a lot better? Because the problems I have, they wouldn't be able to handle if they can't handle the problems that they have, because the problems that they have aren't really even problems, and they don't even understand their problems because this is all they're going through. So they think that their problems is the end of the world, but they don't understand that there's other realities with way worse problems and way worse issues that's way more harder to overcome. That's a way of transmuting energy right there. We all know that person that's just has a negative outlook on life. They believe that life is happening to them. They believe that problems just have a way of finding them specifically. Then we all know people who live a more aligned life, who have a more positive outlook on life. They believe everything is happening for their greater good, no matter what it is. Both of these people are living in the same place, but they're having two different realities, two different perceptions of the same thing. Ultimately, that's all that transmuting energy is. You have a choice on how you take in and how you utilize the energy that comes into your life. For those of you who don't feel comfortable with the term energy, energy is everything. Every action, every reaction, everything that you could think of, every emotion, every conversation, all of these things are energy. As time goes on, I'll get deeper into this topic, maybe talk about different things, different examples on different situations and how to transmute specific situations, how to transmute their energy in those situations to be able to use this in your life specifically. I'm not really sure yet. This is my first YouTube channel, so if you have any ideas or of topics or anything that I could talk about or get into or show you how to transmute the energy in a specific type of situation, I would be more than happy to do so. Peace to you all. I hope this video was impactful to you. I hope you were able to take something from it. And I also hope that you will be able to transmute energy in your life to be in alignment with your highest good and your best interest. Thank you. I'll see you next time.